right, once you have your pod all customized in Boardmaker and you're ready to print, it's time to figure out what kind of paper you're going to print on. If you're doing all lamination or if you're just working on your draft book, go ahead and just print on regular old paper. That's going to save you some money. For all of our books, we use paper called iGauge weatherproof paper. We use 10 mil thickness. This is just the paper that we use. It works really, really well. We're a super active family. We're always outside. We're at the beach. We're at the pool. We're at the amusement parks. And it just holds up really well. We don't have to worry about our pages getting wet and being ruined. It's just been a really great paper choice for us. There are other kinds of paper, and I'm not going to go through all of the other options, but another popular option would be TerraSlate paper. It's basically the same thing. It just has a little bit of a different feel to it. Just keep in mind that with TerraSlate, whatever they use to measure the thickness of their paper is a little bit different than iGauge. So you're going to want a lower mil paper, or else it's going to be very, very thick book and very heavy. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about lamination. For most of our books, we go ahead and laminate the first like 3 to 5 pages and then also the back page. And this just gives it stability and durability on top of that waterproof paper. For Harper's Pod, however, we went ahead and laminated each and every page, which works okay for her because she's using a bit of a smaller book because she is using the 12 per page early functions book. You're going to want to use a matte laminating pouch. This is going to take that glare away for the kids or individual who's using it. And you also want to make sure that you stay under 3 mil or under for the thickness. The thicker the mil, the more likely it's going to peel. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys all the different books that we have and the different options of lamination and paper. So this is Harper's 12 per page pod, printed half page size. And her book is fully laminated with matte laminate. Then we have Jaden's pod, which is 10 mil iGauge paper. Give you a look at the thickness of it. And we laminate, his book is the first 3 pages are laminated. And then we actually have the back 2 or 3 laminated as well. And then Angela's partner assisted pod, a little bit thicker. And as well, she uses 10 mil iGauge paper. We laminated, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 front pages and 1 back page. And we also put Scotch tape over all of the tabs to keep them nice and pretty looking. And then Saya is actually using a draft book, which I actually don't have with me, but it's just regular paper and it's all curled up and ripped and torn up because we are getting ready to print him one day a pod like this. For now, he just shares Angela's. So that's all the different rates. I'm finished cutting all of the sides on Harper's Pod. I'm going to keep this white side here for the binding. Now, because I am going to laminate every single one of her pages due to her vomiting, I need to go ahead and cut out all my tabs now. Otherwise, I normally only cut out the tabs for the first few pages because I only laminate the first, let's see, in Jaden's book, I only had the first 3 pages laminated. But you want to cut the tabs first and then laminate and then recut them out with the lamination so the lamination holds. I am going to be using 3 mil laminate. But again, first I'm going to cut out all my tabs. We have our little pod here all laminated and cut nice and neat. And now we're headed to Office Depot to have it coil bound. Note that I didn't make the cut on the tabs. I prefer to have it bound and then do those last cuts. Harper's book is now coil bound. Very nice. So now the next step is going to be to cut all of these tabs out. All right, Harper's pod is all cut out. A good, nice close up. Looking nice, beautiful, and neat. The last thing that I need to do is take a sanding block and go ahead and just sand down the edges for safety, because my little sensory seeker will find those sharp edges and see what that feels like in our skin. So we don't want that. So make sure you go ahead and trim and dull down all the edges of the laminate. All right, so now it's time to make our straps. This is Angela's pod, and this is her strap. It works really, really well for us. And I'm just gonna go through step by step on how we make this. And since Harper's pod does not yet have a strap, we're gonna go ahead and make one for her pod. So what we do is we start with a PVC pipe. I already have the cap on the one end. Just a regular old PVC pipe. I cut it so that it would stick out just a little bit farther from the edge of the pod. This is probably a little bit long. I may trim that just a little bit. That way your pages can still flip and it's not gonna get caught on anything. So I take the PVC pipe. I then buy these caps for the PVC, and one goes on either end. And you want to make sure they're on there really nice and tight. A little trick is that if you're really particular about the way things look like I am, it'll come with like this. It'll come with these barcodes on there. If you use some sandpaper, you can clean that up so it's nice and clean. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wrap this middle bar in a duct tape that I have just decided is going to be for Harper. All my kids have different colors. Some of them pick them out. This is just for my preference, just so that I can quick grab pods and I know whose pod is what. Each kid kind of has a color in our house. All right, I finished wrapping the middle rod in this sparkly teal duct tape. I went ahead and put 2 dots where I'm going to drill my holes so I can attach my eye hooks on either side. All right, so my hooks are drilled in and they are in place. And the last thing that we need to do is we need to attach the adjustable bag strap, which I found this one on Amazon for just a few dollars. And as a side note, this bar not only works as a really great strap holder, but it also gives the book just a lot of stability. Some of our books are now over a year old and they're still in really great shape. We've never had any issue with them. And this is adjustable, so I can hang it on the back of their wheelchairs, or I can wear it, or do whatever I want with it. It's just, this system has really worked out really well for us.